Alright, what's up guys? Coming on here with another Houston Texans video. So today the Texans defeated the Jacksonville Jaguars 27-13 in Jacksonville. At first this game really started off slow for the Texans. I feel like I wasn't like really worried, but I was a little worried. I feel like it's one of those games that kind of slacked off in the beginning of the game. We're playing a lesser team. Jacksonville's 2-10. Like we should come in there and beat them bad. And I feel like Jacksonville gave us a run at first. We were down 7-0 at a point. We scored, kicked a field goal, 7-3. We're up 10-7. Going in the halftime, it was 13-10. And I was like, "Come on, guys! They're Jacksonville. I think maybe the first half they weren't really playing to the level that we usually play at. Second half kind of showed that we were better than Jacksonville. Obviously, came back, scored 17 unanswered, and won the game. Offensively, nothing too special from Fitzpatrick. Obviously, after this last week's game, I still didn't think much of him. Obviously, he had a great week last week, but 6 touchdowns every week ain't gonna happen. He was 135 yards. He threw 4, 0 touchdowns throwing, and 0 picks. But he did run one in, so I got to give him credit on that. I guess if he can't hit him throwing the ball, luckily he has some legs because he can run for first down sometimes or just make plays. Running the game, we saw Foster have a really big game. He had 127 yards with a touchdown, a couple of big runs that really set this team up for points. Specifically, I think it was the first quarter when we got the field goal. He had like a 45 or 50 yard run, kicked the field goal, but that's what it is. Hopkins had a few catches for like 50 yards. Andre Johnson had a few catches. He got knocked out of the game with a concussion. Demarius Johnson had a run or two that was pretty decent. Keyshawn Martin had a few catches, I think. Nothing big from the receiving core. And now that Andre Johnson's hurt, hopefully he'll be back for Indy, because if we don't have him, it'll really be tough. I think maybe if he won't be able to play, they'll sign a free agent. It's like, you don't want to like saying necessarily a sign, but maybe like a Plexico Burris or Santonio Holmes, maybe a veteran that could, if Andre Johnson's not here for the next couple of weeks, we could have a veteran that's actually a good number 1-2 receiver. With Keyshawn Martin, Demarius Johnson, they're slots, and that's pretty much all we have really, besides the tight ends who haven't really shown up this year. So I would see signing a veteran would make sense, but hopefully Andre Johnson can play, and then we won't have to worry about that. But he's older, so his concussion could take longer to come back. Offensive line didn't look bad. They did have a few times Chris Myers got blown up a few times. It's happened all season, so it is what it is. I wouldn't be surprised if Myers did not return at the end of the year. I feel like there's a lot of guys on this team that I wouldn't be shocked at all if Houston didn't re-sign them or just let them go. A lot of these guys are getting paid big salary, and they really haven't shown up this year. So defensively, start off slow. Then we started picking it up. The drive that they scored, I think they kicked a field goal, but we should have had no points. They had the wall offsides, and then the Swearinger unsportsmanlike conduct or unnecessary roughness, something around that, 15-yard penalty, which is just a dumb play. He didn't really need to hit the kid. Dropped it, and he kind of went in the shoulder, hit him in the helmet. It's just a dumb play. He knows that it's going to be called every time. I don't know why he went in like that. He kind of is careless with his body, so that's why he gets flagged a lot. But besides that, he had an interception, which is pretty good. Watt had 3 sacks. Brooks Reed had a sack. They had a lot of pressure on Boyles in the second half, so that was really good. Kendrick Lewis could have had an interception, so could have Jonathan Joseph, but they both dropped it. The Joseph one was more obvious, hit him right in the chest, but it didn't really matter because it was already at the end of the game. It was like 27-13 with like 2 minutes left, and Boyles was just throwing bombs, and they were just missing picks. It didn't really matter. They didn't catch them, but and special teams wise, Bullock hit all the field goals he had to hit. I think he kicked 2 or 3, and I believe I think most of his punts were really good. I feel like usually he kind of lacks in punting. It was raining out today too, so. But I'm not going to give too much crap on Leckler. He didn't do that bad today. Besides that, good win. They're all pretty. 27-13 is not bad against Jacksonville. Obviously, you'd hope for better, but a win's a win. It doesn't matter if they won 27-26, 27-20, 27-0. It's a win. A win's a win, a win, a win. So this week we're 7-6. The playoff hunt's looking a lot nicer for us now because a lot of teams had to play each other that had like 7-6 or 7. Now like a lot of teams are now 7-6 in that 7-6, 8-5 range. Now kind of really in the hunt. I know Miami lost, they're 7-6. Buffalo lost, they're 7-6. Cleveland lost, they're 7-6. I don't know what the tiebreaker is. We definitely should be ahead of Cleveland if we beat them. And I don't know what the tiebreaker is. I think it might be divisional wins. And the only loss that we have in our division is Indianapolis. I know Buffalo's lost to the Patriots twice, and Miami lost to Buffalo. And I don't think they've only played the Patriots once. They beat them. But I think that we should be ahead of them. So after this win, this is a must-win scenario for us to make the playoffs. Going in Indy, it's not going to be an easy game. Indy struggling to Cleveland, but that's not saying much. We struggled against Jacksonville a little bit. But I think if this team can get the offense going, we'll give Luck a few fits. We played them good last time, besides a couple. The first half, it looked like we were asleep, and we kind of gave up a ton of points, and we couldn't come back at the end of the game. But if we play to our full potential, like we've played, and Fitz, he can get this offense going and score a touchdown and not let our defense stay on the field the whole game. This team's a contender, people. I think the Cincinnati game was a game that we kind of gave away. Defensively, we kind of didn't play what we usually do. We kind of like blitzed a lot and played way far off the coverage. We didn't want to give up the deep ball, but that's just a game that we kind of gave away. I think we could have won that game. The Steelers game we should have won. We're in that game. We were beating them, and we kind of blew that game. We were in all the games we were this year. Every game we were in the game besides the Giant game, which I went to. We lost by 2 touchdowns. But the other games we were into, at the end we kind of floundered out, but mostly came down to a touchdown, a field goal, so I'm not too mad. I think first round, if we made the playoffs, we'd probably be 6th seed, so the 3rd seed would probably be Denver, probably Cincinnati, Baltimore, one of those teams. We'd rather play Baltimore anyways. It'd be one of those teams probably in that division because they're probably going to win that division. They wouldn't be higher than New England or Denver. So it'd probably be one of those teams. I think we can beat them. We played with them earlier this year. We showed some mistakes. Mallett against Cincinnati had a torn pec, so he wasn't playing obviously the best he could have played. But I think if we make the playoffs, this offense starts rolling. This defense has played good all season. Lead the league in turnover margin. Had another interception today, and I think if we go in and beat Indy, this is looking good for us. Obviously, we're not big Super Bowl contenders. People don't talk about us much. On NBC tonight, they showed all the teams that were pretty much a playoff hunt, left our game out of it. It's what it is. They're not going to show respect to our team. It's what it's. We got to just show respect. We're going to show what we got on the field. Hopefully, like I said, if we beat Indy, we have a full head of steam. We're going to be home against Baltimore. We usually play good against them in home. Last couple times we played them at home, we beat them pretty bad. So I saw them against Miami today. I wasn't too impressed. They lost to the Chargers, I don't think the Chargers are as good as they're advertised, but I think if we beat Indy, we can beat Baltimore, and then we can definitely beat Jacksonville again at home. Besides that, like, subscribe, comment. Besides that, let's go Texans.